panoramic roof, electric heated seats on both sides, memory seats, you've got brake assist, you've got leather, you've got electric tailgate, you've got premium sound, Hello, welcome back to the channel. I'm Damo, and on today's video we're going to go through the 10 reasons why I bought this 2016 Mercedes-Benz C350E Estate. Okay, before we get started on this video, don't forget, if you haven't done already, please subscribe to the channel, click the little bell icon, and then you get notified whenever we do a new video. Cheers. In at number 10 then, doesn't look like a PHEV. It is a PHEV, but it doesn't look like one. I'm a reluctant electric car convert. I thought you'd have to drag me into a hybrid or an electric car, but I've kind of fallen into this car, largely because of, well, hold that thought for later, but it doesn't look odd. And I don't mean that, and that's an awful thing to say. It doesn't look different. It doesn't look too different. I'm not ready for the full-on different, very obvious PHEV or SUV vehicle. And don't get me wrong, some of them are really cool. I quite like the new range of VW IDs. I think they're very cool. Hyundai, the new Hyundai Kona, Kias, there's a lot of cool, Peugeot even, there's a lot of cool electric vehicles coming out now, but they're quite obviously electric vehicles. I wasn't quite ready for that full electric car styled journey yet. So the cool thing about this is it looks like a C-Class. Number 9, economy. So in fully electric mode, obviously the economy, it says, is 99.9 mpg. You're running on pure electric. You can do that for the amount of electric range that exists, which is about 13 miles. Outside of that, the economy isn't too bad. It depends on how you drive this car. So in eco mode, on a sort of long journey, my commute to work, for example, which is a mix of all sorts of different roads, I can average 55 miles per gallon, but it can go as low as sort of 48 miles per gallon depending on how you drive this car. So it's a bit different, and you kind of have to get used to it. If you use the sat nav to navigate there, supposedly, and it'd be interesting, I might try and do a test of this and do a video on it. Supposedly the navigation, having the navigation set, makes the car a little bit more clever and conserve the battery for the duration of that journey, etc., so you get even more economy. But it'd be good to do a side-by-side journey with the sat nav set and without it to see if it really makes that much difference. Anyway, economy, yeah, best case with the hybrid mode, 55 mpg. Without it, you're getting full electric only for a short little tour. Or Sport Plus mode, well, stay tuned, because we're going to do a video using Sport Plus mode just to see how economical this is, petrol only. Number 8, air suspension. So all hybrid Mercedes C-Classes come with air suspension. Makes the ride super comfy, and with the cream interior, I like that, comfortable air suspension, nice ambient cool. I'm not going to say it's a nice place to be, but it's a nice place to be. Number 7, it's not a diesel. So if you're in the market again for a premium family vehicle, SUV or estate, a lot of them will be diesels, and you might like diesels, and I think that's fine, but I'm not a fan, and it's largely because everyone I know, or most people that I know who've had diesels, have always had problems with diesel particulate filter clogging up, and the need to keep them running. It sounds stupid. The need to do long journeys in them to get the engine warmed up to clear that DPF filter out. And the nature of the driving that we will be doing in this car, it's not suited to a diesel. We do the odd long journey, but not very often. A lot of time it is just popping locally around and about. So having a diesel just wouldn't be the right thing to do. It would never ever get up to temperature, and those DPF clogged issues and things like that. I'm just not a big, I don't really like the noise that they make, so, albeit some of the performance diesels can be quite nice, but I'm just not a fan of diesels. So it's a plug-in hybrid, but it's not a diesel, so I kind of like that. Number 6, performance. Yes. This car is a hybrid. It has a 2-litre 4-cylinder turbocharged petrol engine that pushes 208 brake horsepower. It also has, I think, a 6.2 kilowatt battery powered motor. Is that the battery? Kilowatt hour battery, 6.2. So you don't get a big battery, but you get some. That pushes on its own 81 horsepower when you run it in electric only. It combines to work together for super performance and will give you around about 275, 280, I think, brake horsepower. That will push this car to 60 miles an hour in, I've read different figures, but 5.9 and 6.2 seconds. So around 6 seconds. It's not a slow car for a hybrid. And it is the quickest non-AMG Mercedes C-Class that you can get. Other, you know, unless you're buying a C63 or a C43, it is the quickest one. So it's not got the sort of 3.5 litre V6 that the old petrol C350 had, that I previously owned, but they've obviously continued the badge, which a bit like BMW do with their 440s and what have you. They don't have 4 litre engines in, but yeah, it's still got the poke to get going. Top speed 153 miles an hour, I believe. Number 5, car tax. The car tax in this car is 0, largely due to the date of when it was registered, which was in late 2016. The car tax regulations, do you call them that, changed in April 2017, which would have meant there would have been some car tax to pay on this. But up until that date, April of 2017, cars that emitted less than 100 grams of CO2 per kilometre, which this does, apparently, were 0 car tax. The government were quickly cottoning onto that. This is the UK government, which is why they changed the banding. So at least they got a little bit of something out of people with economical cars. So yeah, this one kind of just scraped in nicely in that late 2016 period as a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. Consequently, the car tax for this vehicle, I'm someone that had regularly paid £500-600 for car tax on the vehicles that I've had previously. If you look back across the channel, paying 0 is just a bit nuts. I've done it because the VW Karmann Ghia is also 0 car tax, because it's a classic, whole different reason really. But having 2 cars in a 4-car fleet and 2 of them you don't pay any car tax on, I don't know, it feels quite smug. Is that a bad thing? Don't know, but there you go, it's true, it's just a fact. It's just a fact. Number 4, comfort and practicality. So this car has air suspension, which means the ride is very, very pleasant, especially in E mode when you can't, well, you can't hear the engine. There is no engine, it's an electric motor. The air suspension smooths a lot of the bumps out in comfort drive mode, which is really, really good. I like the light interior. Bought this car, wanted a light interior. I'm not keen on dark black interiors. It's a light cream leather, but it's got the convenience of a black carpet. It also has the panoramic roof, which really makes the cockpit in here, you can see from the film, is very, very light and airy. And it's an estate. It's not a 4-wheel drive, which is a little bit of a pain, but it's not a massive pain, but it's an estate. So for family life, for paddle boarding, see my other video where I took a paddleboard out on my other vehicle, the VW Karmann Ghia. It's good, you can get lots of stuff in it and go on family trips away and things like that, so it's cool. Number 3, value for money. I always try and buy a car that I think offers good value for money. I always buy nice, I like to think I buy nice cars, but I never sort of want to throw my money away. I don't think anybody does. But you get a lot of car for your money with the PHEV hybrid C350E. And if you compare like the equivalent year car that this is to the electric equivalent, like the Tesla, prices for these are a lot less. And similarly, even like the hybrid BMWs, which have become a little bit more prevalent, the 3 and the 5 series in recent years, the C-Class just tend to like ripple price-wise a little bit below them. So you're getting value for money. You're getting a lot of car here for your money. You know, if your origins are from the north, which mine are, not a bad thing. Number 2, I've had a 350 before. So I had a C350 before. It was, I think, 2007, 2008 model. It preceded the YouTube channel, so I never actually did a video on it. And it was a saloon in grey. It was the V6 petrol. I think it had about 270 brake. It was a lovely, lovely car. We did some great family trips in that. I sold it because I reached a milestone birthday and replaced it with a convertible V8 BMW M3, as you do, which I have no regrets about. That does feature on the channel. I enjoyed it. It was a comfortable car. I liked the elegance and relaxed nature of the C-Class back then, and certainly that has kind of echoed throughout the brand. They're a little bit less driver focused than a 3 Series, but you kind of know that going into it, and that's sort of why you buy one. So had one before, liked it, I've got another one. Number 1 then, the reason I bought this particular car, Spec. So if you're in the market for a premium German car, family car, estate, SUV, they're all about spec. They're differentiated, as I found out on Spec. This one is fully loaded. You've got panoramic roof, electric heated seats on both sides, memory seats, you've got brake assist, you've got leather, you've got electric tailgate, you've got premium sound, you've got air suspension, you've got the blind spot warning system, you've got ambient lighting, you've got LED lights, you've got the distance controlled cruise control and lane departure warning and steering control to keep you in your lane. It's not very good, but it's there. This car is fully loaded, and if you're in, like I say, if you're in the market for a car like that, often the options, it will have some of those or a few of those, but very rarely do you find a car that has all of them, whereas the Premium Plus Mercedes C350, like this one, comes just fully kitted out, fully loaded, and I love that because I like to have buttons everywhere. I think the only thing that it hasn't got that I can see that's obvious is a little blank button next to the heated seats, which I'm guessing is for cooling seats. Doesn't have that. Okay, thanks for watching this pedal out video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Write in the comments, tell us what you think, and don't forget, if you haven't done, subscribe to the channel, click the little bell icon, and then you get notified whenever we do another video. We'll see you again next time. Cheers.